אנחנו דיברנו על הסדר בליל הסדר. אנחנו מדברים על פסח. מתי מתחיל חג הפסח? בט"ו ניסן. מתי זה ערב פסח? י"ד ניסן. המילה ערב could mean evening, אבל בדרך כלל ערב פסח זה היום לפני שפסח מתחיל, י"ד ניסן. מתי זה ליל הסדר? הלילה שבין י"ד לט"ו ניסן, which is ליל הסדר, לילה ראשון של הסדר. הלילה הזה נקראת ליל ט"ו, הלילה שמתחיל החג, ליל הסדר. In this year it happens to be מוצאי שבת. Okay? הלילה לפני י"ד זה הלילה של בדיקת חמץ, ליל י"ד, but this year, since ליל י"ד is Friday night, we're going to do בדיקת חמץ, לא בליל י"ד, בלילה לפני זה, בליל י"ג, because it's Thursday night. You can't do בדיקת חמץ בליל שבת, so we do it a night before. ההגדה מתחילה עם קידוש, ובקידוש זה הכוס הראשון של 4 כוסות. הקידוש שאומרים בליל הסדר, בליל ט"ו, זה הכוס הראשון של 4 כוסות. אחר כך מתחילים עם הלחם העניה, זה לחם עוני, זה הלחם שאכלו אבותינו במצרים. That's the first paragraph of the Haggadah, followed by מה נשתנה, followed by עבדים היינו. זה החלק של הסדר שקוראים לו מגיד. מגיד, right? קדש ורחץ כרפס יחץ, מגיד, זה רוב הסדר, most of the סדר, זה כשאנחנו מספרים על סיפור יציאת מצרים. That's one of the major mitzvot of ליל הסדר, מצוות סיפור יציאת מצרים. אחרי מגיד, בסוף מגיד rather, אומרים ברכה מיוחדת שזה ברוך אתה השם אלוקינו מלך העולם אשר גאלנו. You redeemed us, you took us out. We're going to talk about גאולה in a moment. אשר גאלנו וגאל את אבותינו. You took us, it's as if you took us out of מצרים והוציא את אבותינו ממצרים, etc. It's a very long ברכה, וזה גומר ברוך אתה השם גאל ישראל. ומיד אחרי זה שותים כוס השני. So כוס הראשון זה קידוש, כוס השני זה בסוף מגיד, אחרי מגיד, בסוף, it's late at night already, ואומרים אשר גאלנו, שותים כוס שני. אשכנזים make a ברכה on כוס שני, ספרדים do not make a ברכה on כוס שני. אחר כך רוחצים ידיים, רחצה, מוצאים מצה, אוכלים מצה, אכילת כזית מצה בהסיבה, which we're going to get to, ואחר כך אוכלים מרור מיד אחרי זה, אכילת מרור בלי הסיבה, which we're going to get to, ואחר כך עושים כורך שזה מצה ומרור ביחד, like a sandwich. אחר כך אוכלים את הסעודה, that's called שולחן ערוך, אחר כך אוכלים את האפיקומן, זה נקרא צפון, ואחרי צפון, אחרי שאוכלים את האפיקומן, אומרים ברכת המזון. הכוס שאחרי ברכת המזון, as we learned in Gemara, יש כוס אחרי ברכת המזון, הכוס אחרי ברכת המזון, כוס של יין, זה הכוס השלישי, then we say הלל, ואחרי הלל שותים את כוס הרביעי. Once again, כוס שלישי, אומרים ברוך אתה השם אלוקינו מלך העולם בורא פרי הגפן, ספרדים do not make a בורא פרי הגפן לכוס רביעי, רק אשכנזים אומרים בורא פרי הגפן לכוס רביעי. So, אלו מצוות מן התורה, זה סיפור יציאת מצרים, which is mostly done during מגיד, ואכילת מצה. מצה זה מצוות דאורייתא, מרור זה מצוות דרבנן, not our topic right now. אלו מצוות הם דרבנן, so אנשי כנסת הגדולה, the same people who wrote our תפילות, said שצריכים לעשות 4 כוסות של יין. Most opinions hold that 4 כוסות של יין זה דרבנן, and maror hayom zed rabbanan. In the time of the Beit HaMikdash, when they ate the Korban Pesach, maror was the oraita. It's mentioned in the pasuk. Aval beli, slicha beli, Korban Pesach, maror is the rak rabbanan. Kama tzrichim le'echol matzah, tzrichim le'echol kazayit matzah, around, let's say, a quarter of a piece of matzah. Tzrichim le'echol kazayit shel maror. Ve'revi'it halug, it's about 3 ounces, shel yayin. A lug is about 12 ounces, that's a whole lug. Revi'it halug is a quarter of that lug. Zeh tzrichim lishtot 3 ounces And our minhag is to drink the majority of the cup that we drink. Rov hakos v'lachein. It's a good idea to have a smaller cup of wine, not such a big cup that holds at least 3 ounces, but not much more than 3 ounces. So you don't have to drink so much. If you have a 3-ounce cup, you should drink the 3 ounces itself. Ech kashur musag kedei achilat pras. You learned this in halacha probably. Lemitzvah shekatavta lamala. Kedei achilat pras ze hazman shelokech lechol chatzi kikar lechem. That is what the amount of time that it takes to eat a half a loaf of bread. Chatzi kikar lechem. Is a machloket. Is it 3 minutes all the way to 9 minutes? You have to eat your matzah betoch 9 minutes. Your kazait matzah, kazait maror, and revi'it alug of wine has to be done within 9 minutes, within the time of kedei achilat pras, the amount of time it takes. Lechol chatzi kikar lechem, a half a loaf of bread. That's the introduction. There are 2 nosim, 2 topics. Shtei nosim belel haseder, zecher lecherut and zecher leavdut. Matzah ze zecher lecherut, maror ze zecher leavdut. All of this is on page 31 in the Choveret. עכשיו, 4 כוסות של יין זה זכר ל4 לשונות של גאולה. 4 לשונות, 4 words that code word, so to speak, shel geula. Geula is lahotzi otanu me'avdut. It's redeeming us from being slaves. Lahotzi otanu me'avdut is what geula is about. And there are 4 kinds of geula in the pasuk. V'hotzeti, v'hitzalti, v'ga'alti, v'lakachti. 4 leshonot shel geula. But they each have a different meaning, and I color-coded it. V'hotzeiti etchem mitachat sivlot Mitzrayim. Hashem omer shehu hotzi otanu, he took us out from the sevel, from the suffering, from the emotional rigshi, sevel, suffering, shayalanu b'Mitzrayim. That's more emotional. V'hitzalti, I saved you. V'hitzalti otchem me'avodata, me'ha'avodah. I saved you from the hard labor. V'zeh fizi, zeh physical. V'hitzalti, v'ga'alti is to take you out of Egypt, to redeem you from being slaves. Avol b'pasuk katuv, ga'alti etchem bizroa netuya, with an outstretched hand. Uvishfatim gedolim, shofet is a judge. So in what sense does Geula have to do with judging? Who did Hashem judge? He judged the Mitzrim. Hu natan onesh la Mitzrim. He gave them 10 plagues. That punishment, that judgment, ze gamkein Geula. It made us feel good. Sort of like the hostages feel today when we kill their captors, the people who kept them captive. When the army kills them, they feel more free, even though they're already out, the hostages that are out. When we kill their hostages, when we kill the terrorists, they actually feel more free. So Geula is bishfatim gedolim. Hashem judged them and punished them. Eser hamakot. That was also a Geula. That was making us feel free. Me'avdut. And lakachti etchem li la'am, I took you as a nation. Zeharuchani, that's a spiritual geula. Shanachnu am Hashem. Okay, ze arba'a lishonot geula. Ubiglal sheish arba'a lishonot geula, yesh lanu 4 kosot shel yayin belel haseder. Now Gemara omeret matzah tzarich heseba. Tzrichim lahasev, to lean. Heseba is the same thing as misubim, or lehasev is also the word you need to know. It's good if I typed it in Hebrew. Lehasev is heseba, misubim, to lean to the left when we eat certain things. So Gemara omeret, matzah tzarich haseba, maror ein tzarich haseba. Lo osim haseba lamaror. Lama? Because we said 2 themes. Ha maror ze zecher la'avdut, and haseba ze zecher lecherut. So they don't go together. V'lachein achilat maror ze beli haseba. Avol matzah, which is zecher lecherut, osim haseba. And the most complicated part of the Gemara is the following part, which is yayin Itmar mashmei de Rav Nachman tzarich hasiba, ve'itmar mashmei de Rav Nachman ein tzarich hasiba. Hayu shtei dayot, shtei opinions. What did Rav Nachman say? Did he say she tzarich hasiba liyayin, or lo tzarich hasiba liyayin, meaning la'arba kosot? And so, is that a machloket? The Gemara says, lo, velo pligi, ve'ein po machloket, ha betarte kasi kamai, ha betarte kasi batrai. One opinion is she Rav Nachman Amar tzarich hasiba. The other one, Rav Nachman Amar lo tzarich hasiba. But there's no machloket. Two of them are talking about. One set of students midabrim al shtei kosot harishonot. The other set of students are talking about the shtei kosot ha'achronot. Ve'anachnu lo yodim, which one's which? Amri lo hagisa ve'amri lo hagisa. Some say one direction, some say the other direction. What do we mean by that? One direction or the other direction? Which one needs heseba? Some say the last two need heseba, some say the first two need heseba, and the other two don't need heseba. So how does that work? Amri la hagisa. Some say in one direction to this side. What does that mean? Tre kasi kamai, shtei kosot harishonot kamai. Kasi is kosot. Shtei kosot harishonot kamai. Bo haseba, tzrichim haseba, tzrichim lahasev. You must do haseba. Dahashtu dekamachatchala cherut. B'shtei kosot harishonot. Matchilim ledaber al cherut. Where do we talk about cherut in the beginning of the seder? In two places. Be'emtza halach ma'anya. Again, don't forget, matchilim in kiddush. V'miyad acharei kiddush, one of the earliest things we do is the halach ma'anya. And halach ma'anya, that paragraph, we say, Hashtahacha, now we're here. V'shana haba be'eretz Yisrael. We're going to be redeemed and brought to Eretz Yisrael. V'shana haba b'nei chorin. So in halach ma'anya right away, midabrim al cherut b'hatchalat haseder. We also talk about avadim hayinu a little later, 2 paragraphs later. But in the middle of avadim hayinu, omrim vayotzeinu Hashem elkeinu miyad misham. Hashem took us out of Mitzrayim. So we talk about cherut early on in the seder, right after kiddush, and way before Asher Ga'alanu, which is number 20 in the Haggadah here. Asher Ga'alanu, which is all about Geulah, and then we have the second cup of wine right after Asher Ga'alanu. So midabrim al cherut at that stage in the Haggadah. Hashtahu, now, at this point, these 2 cups, hudekam matchala matchilim l'daber al cherut. Trei kasi batrai, but the second set of cups, no. Lo ba haseba, lo tzrichim haseba, according to this opinion. Maida have. We already done. Asinu. Dibarnu al freedom. We're done talking about freedom in the second half of the seder. V'lachein lo tzarich haseba l'shtei kosot ha'elu. That's the first opinion. The first 2 kosot need haseba. The second 2 do not need haseba. V'amri la hagisa. Some people say the opposite. Adarabba, the opposite. Trei kasi batrai shtei kosot ha'acharonot. These 2 cups by haseba. They do need haseba, according to the second opinion. Why? Hahishaita dekava cherut, because ba'oto sha'ah nasinu b'nei chorin. We drink the second set of cups late in the seder, after Birkat Hamazon, as we saw before. And after Birkat Hamazon, that's like late at night, after Chatzot, after midnight. And after midnight is Oto sha'ah sheyatzanu lecherut. So obviously we should do haseba then, because we just got out of Mitzrayim way back 3,400 years ago. After Chatzot, we got out of Mitzrayim. Trei kasi kamai, but the first 2 cups, lo ba haseba, lo tzrichim lahasev. It's the red. Lo tzrichim lahasev. It's 2 cups, 2 first cups. Lama. Dakati avadim hayinu kamar. Because we're still saying the paragraph of avadim hayinu during the first 2 cups. And if we're talking about avdut, then we shouldn't be leaning, because the avdut and cherut don't go together. So hashta de'idmar hachi v'idmar hachi. Achshav, sheyesh omrim kach, v'yesh omrim kach, hachi means kach. Some say we must do heseba in the first 2 cups. Some say you must do heseba in the second 2 cups. Idi v'idi ba'o heseba. Tzrichim ba'o tzrichim heseba on the first 2 and the last 2, because there's reason to do it for these and reason to do it for these. Meaning, idi v'idi, these and these, gam kosot rishonot tzrichim heseba, because matchilim ledaber al cherut, v'gam kosot achronot tzrichim heseba, because that's the actual time that we need to do a cherut, and therefore misubim lekulam.